Yeah, I did.
All right. Like Elijah, this is my first time on an open mic. All right, that's my comedy hand. All right. So, after 45 years of life and many relationships and 2 marriages under my belt, I've come to realize that I've learned one thing about women. And that is that they never forget what a man says in the context of a relationship. And I realize this, I believe it so wholeheartedly that I have a rubber stamp response from when my wife says, "Do you remember that?" And it goes a little something like this. "Oh my gosh, do you remember when we were watching Forensic Files on January 10th, 2010 at 7:36 in the evening, and that woman microwaved her cat and ate it, and you said, 'I hope she used some Tabasco.' Do you remember that?" And I'm like, "Babe, I don't remember what I had for dinner 3 months ago." But my response is this. While I do not recall the events of that evening or the things I said, I do believe everything you're telling me because you are my wife and you remember every word I say. So, I mean, it's true. Women have this gift, and they say that women's minds are like Fort Knox. And I disagree with that a little bit. I think they're more like a volcano. Because when you put something in a volcano, it ain't coming back out unless it erupts violently and noxious gases spewing out. So, a friend of mine wound up meeting somebody new in high school, and they were in their 20s, and they're hanging out, and they start dating. And they're reminiscing, and they're talking about the good old days. And you know, they start talking about their crushes in the movies, and hers was Patrick Swayze's, and he let slip that he liked Molly Ringwald. Okay, fair enough. 10 years later, now they're in their 30s, they got 2 kids, and they're upstairs sleeping, and she comes downstairs, she's like, "Oh my gosh, do you want to like watch a movie this evening and have some wine?" And he's like, yeah. She's like, "Okay, you pick the movie and I'll get the wine." And he's like, "Okay, I'm feeling kind of nostalgic. You guys want to, let's watch The Breakfast Club." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, excuse me? The Breakfast Club? With that little slut Molly Ringwald? With the pouty lips and the red hair? Oh, this isn't doing it for you anymore? Well, it worked enough to crank out those 2 kids upstairs, but it's not working now. I'll tell you what, I'm going." Next thing my friend knows, he's sitting there with a bottle of Chardonnay, watching The Breakfast Club, and he's thinking 2 things as she walks out the door. Number 1, what the heck just happened? Number 2, does that mean we're not having sex tonight? Because that's pretty much what every guy thinks of when those situations come. So, I mean, the reality is this, guys. If we want to have a shot at any kind of a life where our wives don't remember anything, we just need to pray that they get Alzheimer's. Because reality is, that is all. Wow. Now listen to me. Hold on. Okay. All right, hold on. But you're right. You know what? There is a cure. I guarantee you somewhere in the world right now, say over in India, they're working on a cure. And there's 8 guys in lab coats, and they're sitting around a table, and there's 95-year-old Mary Ellen Ritter, okay? And she's got Alzheimer's. She can't remember her middle name, let alone how to tie her shoes. And they're standing there, and this guy stands up and he goes, "Gentlemen, let me talk to you this evening and tell you about Mary Ellen. I am on the verge of having a cure for Alzheimer's." I say, "But how is this can be? We have been working on this and we have nothing to come up with." He goes, "Gentlemen, watch. Mary Ellen." "Yes? Who are you?" "That is of no consequence. Mary Ellen, January 10th, 2014, 7:36 p.m. "Oh, he wanted to watch The Breakfast Club. I was so angry that night." "Gentlemen, I give you the cure."
Mike Greger.